Hello and welcome back again. So I wanted to update you on my no spend challenge for 2019. I hesitate there because I don't want to call it a no spend challenge anymore, and that will become apparent, I think, as I explain. But we're a week in, so it's Tuesday the 8th today, and for me the week goes from Monday to Sunday. So I'm going to talk to you about any money I spent between the sort of Monday was the 31st, but between the 31st and the 6th of January. And the reason I'm unsure about calling this a no spend challenge is because I have spent money, and it's not that I'm trying to cheat, it's just that I'm trying to be honest and make it clear to you what the challenge is about from my perspective and my point of view. So no spend challenge, I probably use that phrase because it's one of those, it's kind of a hashtag, isn't it? And it's a phrase that gets used. And I did read a book called My No Spend Year, which I really enjoyed. But actually this week, although I have spent money, this sounds like a contradiction in terms, I've spent money but I haven't bought anything, theoretically. And so I think it would be better to call it the not buying it challenge. Another book I read was called Not Buying It, and I kind of prefer that because for me the point of the challenge is to not buy new stuff, to not be buying new clothes, new knickknacks, new bits and pieces, new things that I probably don't need. Sorry, my dog received a noisy toy for Christmas, crinkly thing, and he's playing with it next to me. Yeah, so for me it's more about not bringing stuff into the house, not buying items that aren't needed. So I'm happily buying food items. Last week I think I told you I bought vitamins, those kinds of things. But it's not about buying stuff. I want to reduce the amount of stuff I own. And if I'm, as a result, saving money, that's great. It's less about saving money, therefore not spending anything. Although it would be, that is an added bonus, and I do want to try and get more money saved and you know, a bit more towards paying off our mortgage as well. So but I think it's more accurate to say not buying it. I haven't bought things. Let me explain. This has been an expensive week, a very expensive week, and so for the first week in January it wasn't really a very good start. What happened was, as I told you last time, I bought the vitamins, I bought the groceries, I paid for a film on Netflix. And then from then on, I bought some more groceries and I had to post a parcel. Those were things that I felt were essential and I paid money for, obviously. But the two really big things, the first was we've had a visitor staying with us over Christmas from America. And so before she went home, we wanted to take her out for a meal. And that was £109 for the meal. So that was kind of an expense that we wouldn't normally have, but it was a fairly big expense because it was over £100. And of course, if she hadn't have been here, if we hadn't have had this visitor, we wouldn't have had that expense. We didn't have to, but we felt it was a nice thing to do before she went home. And then the other one, which was an even bigger thing, was we needed to change her flights back to America. And changing the flight back was something that suited everyone all round, really. But it was more for my convenience than hers. And so I paid for the change of flights, which was £185.98. And I feel it was right for me to pay that. And so I paid the flights. And so therefore I have had over, well, let me think, almost, well, over £300, I think. Almost £300 worth of expenses this month that we wouldn't normally have, this week that we wouldn't normally have. Obviously, that's not going to happen again. I'm not going to be paying to change flights, and I'm not going to be paying for that meal out. So this has been a very expensive month, and if I show you my little notebook of where I'm keeping a record of the expenses, I have spent £395.10 in 1 week, which is quite huge. But I did work out that without the flight change and the meal out, it would have been £100.04, which is a bit better. So that's why I'm confused about calling it a no spend year, because I've spent that money, and a no buying year, because I haven't actually bought things. Although, yes, I bought a meal, I haven't physically brought things into the house. And the meal was at a small local pub, and you know, where my daughter works. So I'm trying to justify it, and there's no need to justify it. It's my challenge to me, and so there's no need for me to justify it. But what I'm trying to explain to you is why we've spent so much this week. So next week, my plan is actually to buy nothing, I think as I said last time, other than I very soon need to fill my car up with fuel, and obviously we will need more groceries towards the end of the week. And I would love to be able to come back in a week and say to you, that's it, that's all I've spent, is money on groceries and fuel. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we have any more unexpected bills in the meantime. So that's today's update, and I thought I would also share with you some of the things that I don't buy. I noticed that the 5 items I no longer buy videos are quite popular on YouTube at the moment, and so I thought I would jump onto the bandwagon, something I've tried to avoid doing before, and then I thought, why? People must like those videos. So I thought I'd share with you 5 things, and this time I'm just starting with personal care. 5 items that I do not spend money on with regards to personal care, and it's not just part of this no spend challenge, it's something that I stopped spending money on certainly a year ago, 2 years, 3 years ago. So I will share those with you. So first of all, hair. When it comes to hair, I think I'm fortunate enough to have nice hair, and when I say that, what I mean is this is my hair. I do nothing with it. I'm very fortunate that I don't have to get up and straighten it or curl it or style it. I don't. This is it. This is it when it's been washed and left, and then I've dragged a brush through it. And I like my hair. I'm happy with it. So to me, I'm fortunate. There are people out there who say, oh, I don't like red hair, or, you know, I feel your hair needs to be styled. But for me, I'm happy with it as it is. So I don't spend money on having my hair cut. Believe it or not, I cut my own hair. I don't spend money having it dyed or permed or anything like that. And I don't buy any fancy products. I literally use, at the moment I've got a shampoo that I'm using, and that's it, no conditioner. And when the shampoo's gone, I have previously happily washed my hair with the same stuff that I use for my body, which is often like a Dr. Bronner's, which is you're meant to be able to use it for your hair, face, body, everything anyway. So I'm quite happy to use a multi-purpose item. Dogs, stop it. So that's it. I don't really spend any money at all on my hair other than a shampoo. Nails. I do not spend money on manicures, nail polish, gel nails, anything like that. These are my nails. I keep them short and I keep them clean, and that's it. My personal opinion is that nail varnish is quite toxic, and I feel that I can tell that by the smell. To me, it's a smell that sort of almost makes my eyes sting. I think that's because I don't use items which are perfumed. Most of the items I use are fairly natural products, and so nail varnish to me is a very unnatural product, and I just don't like the smell of it, and I don't like the idea of it on my nails. I think your nails can absorb the chemicals that are in the nail varnish. These are just my personal opinions, please don't take them personally. So that's one of the reasons I don't. I also feel that your nails are healthier if you don't use nail varnish. Often at work I often put nail varnish on. I work with elderly and they often like to have their nails done, and I find that when I take the nail varnish off, the nails seem quite unhealthy underneath. They're either stained from the nail varnish, or they just look as if they haven't had any oxygen or air to them. That this is the way it is to me. So for me, I don't do anything with my nails, and I'm quite happy. But having said that, I can admire people's nails when they do have them done. I can look and think, oh, your nails look beautiful. And I appreciate they've spent a lot of money and they take care for their nails, and I'll often say they look really beautiful. It's just not for me. So hair, nails, face. My face, I literally, as I think I've said before, I wash it with soap, I dry it, pat it dry with a towel, and then I apply a moisturiser. So I don't buy cleanser, toner, pore minimiser, any of those items. I don't use primer. I have a moisturiser and then a foundation and sometimes a bit of a powder, and that's it. I don't wear an awful lot of makeup either. So I don't spend much money on my face. I'm quite low maintenance in my opinion. Eyes, I don't spend money on false eyelashes or having my eyelashes tinted or my eyebrows waxed. I have spent money on having my eyebrows tinted simply because they are ginger and I'm not very good at drawing them in myself with an eyebrow pencil, and so I will have them tinted. That will last me several months, and so for me it's much easier than drawing them on. but I'm questioning whether to get them done again. They're sort of headed towards needing done. Still a little bit of brown in there, but I'm questioning whether I will get them done when they need it or not. Okay, and finally for my body, I do not spend money on perfume, body spray or body lotion. It is nice to use a body lotion and have your skin smell nice and feel nice and soft. I will admit, but I don't buy body lotion if I receive it as a gift, which is rare now because people are a bit more conscious that I like my products to be natural and cruelty-free. And so if I was given a basic body lotion that I wouldn't buy for myself, then I wouldn't use it. I would either pass it on to a charity shop or re-gift it to someone. But if I did have a cruelty-free, sort of paraben-free, SLS-free type body lotion, then I would use it and I'd think, oh, my legs feel lovely, but I'm a bit lazy to do that frequently, so I don't. And perfumes and body lotions, body sprays, it's the same reason as the nail varnish really. The smell gets to me, and I think my sense of smell seems to have become far more, I had the word on the tip of my tongue a minute ago, I'm more sensitive to smell, I think, since I've started using products that are unscented. So things like my washing liquid is unscented, and soaps and things, I guess they are scented, but only very, very mildly. And so when my daughter comes out of her bedroom in a cloud of perfume, I'm like, and I'm often saying to her, gosh, that's strong. She'll say, I've only got one squirt, but it just comes across as really strong to me. So those are things I don't spend money on that, in my opinion, it appears that most people do spend money on those items, and I just don't, and I haven't done for a few years, and I don't feel as if it's affected me in any way. Feel free to leave your comments. Feel free to say your hair would look so much better with conditioner, or it's a terrible cut, you need to go for a professional cut. Feel free. I do like reading those comments and I will take them on board. You may say something that makes an awful lot of sense to me. For example, I'm going thin on top here. I'm losing a lot of hair and I think it's down to my age and hormones, but you may say it's because of this. It's because you're not looking after your hair properly. And I'll be interested to hear those things. Thanks for listening. I hope to be back again next week. And until then, cheerio.